What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video where we're going to be breaking down a live seller call where we show you exactly how to make an offer to a motivated seller. Now, let's go back to the King Closers formula, walk you through that. First thing we want to do, verify that they want to sell. Ask them how much they want. Ask open-ended questions. Tell me a little bit about what's going on. While we're doing that, we analyze the deal. When we do that, what have we determined? What is the price and what is the seller's motivation? Once we understand those two factors, we can then place the seller in one of the four seller buckets. Price is right, motivation is high, the best bucket. Price is wrong, no motivation, the worst bucket. Kick those to the curb. Price is right, no motivation. Something's off, must be scammy. Get that out of here. Price is wrong, but highly motivated. The most common bucket. And that's going to be the example that we work with today. So right after I get done diatribing here, you're going to be able to see that seller call with that bucket right there. Price is wrong, but the highly motivated seller. How do we overcome that? Through education. When I talk about educating the seller, we want them to agree to two specific numbers, the after repair value and the rehab costs. Once they agree to the after repair value and the rehab costs, from there, it just becomes a mathematical equation on how we actually get to the offer amount. Realistically, they can't argue with the holding costs or the closing costs. And they're never actually going to argue with you about the profit that you need to make for rehabbing the property. That's never really an objection. So in this scenario, you're going to see me go through this. I'm going to ask the seller how much they want. I'm going to ask about what's going on with the property. We're going to go over the condition. We're going to understand what the rehab needs are on the property. Then I'm going to talk about the after repair value. We're going to agree on a number there. Then we're going to agree on a rehab number, and then I'm going to make my offer. And at that point in time, the seller is actually going to agree to that. Now, however, before we actually close the deal, there's going to be a series of objections that come up. And this is vitally important because a lot of times these objections that come up are the things that keep newer people or people that maybe are a little bit inexperienced from closing deals. You get reps in and you'll figure out how to overcome these and like the go-to lines and how you overcome these objections. This video should help you with that. One of the objections, the timeline, how long it's going to take. I say 3 to 4 weeks. That's too long. Second objection, earnest money deposit. That's a big objection on this one. How I overcome that one. Another objection that comes up in this one is a previous wholesaler bad experience. I have to listen to the story. I have to overcome that with empathy and then eventually get him to trust and like me and want to sign the contract and move forward. So I think this is a perfect example of how to make an offer to a motivated seller from front to back. I mean, this is the most common bucket of seller, how to get them to come down on price, how to overcome those objections. So without further ado, enough talking from me. Now, let's hear this live seller call. Hope you enjoy it. See you guys.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, is EC there?
Yeah, this is EC.
Hey, EC, this is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property there on 5th Street. You had entered it on my website saying that you're interested in selling. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. How much you looking to get for that?
I got it running for 110,000.
110,000. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Well, it's a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Let's see, it needs a roof on it. It's 1,340 square feet. The house is.
Okay.
I mean, what else would you like to know?
Well, what's got you looking to sell?
I'm sorry?
Why are you looking to sell the property?
Gimmick. I feel I own houses, so I just sell them.
Okay, so you're an investor?
Not really, but I own real houses and mainly just rent houses.
I got you. And was this a rental property for you?
Yeah, it was.
Gotcha. What would need to be fixed up to make it a rental property again, besides the roof?
Well, yeah, well, the roof. Let's see. The carport it's got a carport. Carport's in need of repairs. And let's see. One room where it was leaking, it needs some, which kind of those things you put on your ceiling, sheetrock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, needs sheetrock on the ceiling in that the bedroom and the I guess it's living room. But it's got a strong floor. I really don't want to sell it, but it's got a strong floor. The bathroom, I was in the process of remodeling the bathroom, and I didn't finish. In other words, I tore the floor out of the bathroom. I took out the sink, the toilet, and the tub, but I never finished remodeling it. So it just, it's just a room, bathroom that needs to be, finished.
Okay. And then as far as the roof goes, you said it needs to be replaced. With any leaks with that, or is it just?
Yeah, it's got that room I told you about that leaks, that needs sheetrock. That room, that one room has a hole in the ceiling.
Okay. So finish a bathroom, the carport, roof, some sheetrock repairs. So just cosmetic stuff plus a roof, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. How'd you come up with 110,000?
Because I saw the house much smaller than that one. I sold two houses, matter of fact, much smaller than that house, and they sold for 185,000. So I figured this house. I'm not an expert in this area, but I figured that house would sell for close to 300,000. But because they're in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
But you can look it up on what's that?
Zillow.
I guess you can look. Yeah, Zillow. I guess you can look up in that. That's a nice size house. I really don't want to sell it because it's a nice house, but I don't have the money for repairs.
Yeah, I'm not seeing 300,000. I maybe we could get in the high 100s.
You'll get more. Well, I think it'll go for more than 100.
No, I'm saying like 180, 190.
Well, that house I told you I sold, it was sold for 185,000.
Right.
Not me selling it, but when a person resold it, they sold it for 185,000. And like I said, this house is much bigger than those.
What was that square footage?
I don't know, but you can look at it and tell it was bigger. I don't know the square footage though. I sold them a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah, looking on Zillow right there, we've got one that's a little bit bigger than yours. Completely remodeled, sold for 204, but it was bigger. It's fixed up.
How many square feet was it?
That is 1528.
15. Oh, yeah, that's a little. It's not. It's not much bigger.
Yeah,
it's a little bigger.
So say we could get 200 for it. So 200. Let's see, 200. What are you thinking as far as repairs goes? How much do you think it would cost you?
Well, some people may disagree with me, but I went over my cousin's house, and they said they had metal roofing put on their house for $5,000, and that was for the price of a metal roofing also.
Okay.
I said, wow, I should just put metal roofing on my house, but I don't have $5,000. And besides, they said they don't know where the people are that did it for $5,000. They
Right.
don't know how to contact them.
Okay, but say we could do the roof for, somewhere in that range, but we got to do the other stuff as well. So all together, how much do you think it's going to cost?
Well, you have your own company doing work.
I got contractors, workers.
Okay. Well, one thing you ask me questions where I'm not an expert in, because I used to have a guy to do the work on my houses, but he didn't charge that much. He was just a carpenter, and we'd just make a deal on each job. But he didn't charge much, and that's the mind frame I'm thinking of. This carpenter. But as far as what everybody else would charge, I don't have a clue.
I got you. Well, the only reason why I'm asking is because you're going to obviously know more about the property than me. The only way I get information from it is by asking questions.
Right. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm selling my house because, my carpenter died, so I ain't got nobody to do repairs on them. I've asked some people to repair them, but it's hard to get them out of bed. People don't want to do carpentry work anymore, so I might well just sell them.
Gotcha. So I'm interested in the property, but I will be honest with you. I think I'm gonna be a little bit lower than the 110. Are you willing to work with me there if I can come in and buy the property cash, no realtor commissions, and I cover the closing costs? Are you willing to work with me there a little bit on the price?
Yeah, I would be willing to come down a little bit. Okay.
Because I think I need to be closer to like 75,000, 80,000.
Okay. If I agree to that, how soon could you close?
Probably early May.
May. So it would take a month to close?
Probably somewhere in the range of 3 to 4 weeks.
I could go with 80,000, but I don't like the long way. I just sold a house, and that attorney made me so mad. It was taking so long.
That's the problem.
I ain't going through that again.
Well, we have to. That's the problem. We're gonna have to go through attorneys, and we're gonna have to wait on them to get all the documents and make sure title's clear.
Yeah, but now I've used an attorney who only took a week. And that was about a year ago. I used an attorney. It only took about a week, not a whole month.
Well, yeah, it just depends. Sometimes it also depends on how busy they are, what workload they have. It can move quicker, but I just don't want to make that promise to you. And if it doesn't happen because we're waiting on an attorney, I don't want you to get mad at me,
No, I wouldn't get mad at you. I would get mad at the attorney like I did last time. I said I'd never use that attorney again. Well, the biggest problem with that attorney, they didn't do the closing paperwork. What do you call it? Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, what is it they check on the property? What is it?
The title commitment.
Yeah, I get the title stuff. They didn't do it. They hired an outside company to do that. And so, no, I ain't doing this again. I'll never hire y'all again. mean, they told me, this is a specific attorney told me that it was going to be ready. The closing was going to be on. They told me the date, and this was after we signed the paper. This was a week, about 3 weeks after we signed the papers. 3 weeks after we signed the papers. So I called, and they said it should take 3 weeks. So I called them, asked them, was it ready yet? They said, and they told me everything's going to be ready next week. You can come get your money next week. That's what they told me. I said, okay, all right, we do it next week. All right, so that next week came, and, they were supposed to call me. They didn't call me. And so I called them, and they said they said still another week, a week and a half. So, that's what, and I didn't get mad at the guy buying the property because it wasn't his fault.
Right.
I got mad at that attorney. Because, see, I let him hire the attorney since he was paying closing costs.
Right.
But, see, when I hire an attorney, it's done within a week, but no more than 2 weeks. It's done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got a pretty good attorney that we can use there. I would obviously want to use for the same reason, since we're going to be paying the closing costs. But like I said, I could try to push it and get it done as quickly as possible. I don't want to make any promises on what another company can do. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, I understand. I mean, I'm not looking at you at all. I'm looking at your attorney. The attorney you're going to hire. I mean, I think I could go with that your deal, but I still don't want to go through that what I went through last time. Okay. What about a down payment? What about the down? What do you call it? Agreement? What do you call that?
Earnest money?
Yeah, earnest money. What about earnest money?
How much earnest money are you wanting?
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking $2,000 earnest money, and I gotta have a time limit. I know you say you can't guarantee how long the attorney would take, but we have to have some kind of time limit on it. Would you agree?
I would. I put on what I was writing up on the contract was we close on or before May 3rd.
Oh, on the contract?
Yes.
On or before the May 3rd. Okay. That would work. May 3rd would work. I just don't like the idea of, it going lagging on like that. That was a bad experience I had with that last attorney.
Right.
Okay. What? Okay, now, what about inspections? Y'all have all that taken care of? How soon y'all get that taken care of?
Depending upon when the contract signed, the next couple of days right after that, we would come out and walk the property and do our inspections.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because the property's vacant, right?
Yeah, it is vacant.
Yeah.
I do have another property where somebody's living in it.
Are you looking to sell that one too?
I sold it. Let me tell you what happened. You might not be interested in my stories, but I got a lot of them. I've been doing this for over 20 years, buying, renting houses and selling. This was it's a guy. He was wanting to buy the house. And, I showed him the house, and he was wanting to buy it. I said, look, man, the house is being rented. I told him I was renting the house out, and the people, they in there. And so, and he was buying more houses from me, not just that one. It was about 2 other properties he was buying from me. But while I was trying to convince him, I said, hey, look, man, why don't you wait till I get the people out of the house? He said, no, I'll buy it like it is with the people in the house. So he was desperately wanting to buy that house. He was so desperate. And I tried to tell him, why don't I just sell you the other properties and wait on this one until I get the person out of town? So he says no. So we went to his attorney. He got an attorney, and we did the paperwork. We signed a contract. And, you know, his lawyer says, you know, I'm going to pay you for the other houses, but I'm not going to pay you for the house with somebody's in. It's fine. But I mean, you know, because I had told the guy to wait anyway. So anyway, it just came out that I got paid for all the houses except for that one because the guy was still in the, the guy was still in the house. And the attorney said he was going to give me 2 months to get the guy out. I never got the guy out. I didn't have a heart to kick him out. Because he paid his rent on time every month. I didn't have a heart to kick him out. When his wife got the word that I was going to sell the house, she went crazy. But anyway, make a long story short, I never sold that house because I never kicked the people out. But I sold the other two.
Right. So you just want to sell me the one, right, on 5th?
Yeah, I'm just saying to sell you that one on 5th Street. But now, tell me, if I was to sell you that house that those people are in, would you buy with them in there? Because I got an offer somebody else who wanted to buy a house with them in the house. And they said they was going to give them 3 months after they bought the house from me. They was going to give those people 3 months to get out. And I was thinking about it. I said, no, I don't want to, you know.
It depends. Are they paying rent?
They pay rent. They pay on time every month.
How much do they pay?
It's not much. It's not much. I mean, you know, it's less than 1,000, so they can't. They won't be able to find rent.
Right.
For that anywhere else.
So, how much would you want for it?
How much?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that was wanting it, he was wanting to give me $70,000 for it. But the thing is, he didn't even see the inside because the people was in there. So he wasn't worried about it. He knew I owned a lot of houses. He knew I was trustworthy.
Right.
But he got mad when I didn't get those people out. But anyway, back to the deal. I apologize for that commercial break. Anyway, yeah, we do that. April 3rd, 2000 earnest money.
All right, let's talk about that earnest money. Why do you want $2,000 earnest money?
Because you know, in case the person say, okay, we ain't got the money, so we can't buy the house. You know, something like that comes up. I'm trying to think. I think I had a situation like that years ago. It was back about 20 years ago. A person didn't have the money, and they was wanting to back out of. Yeah, I mean, sure. And they didn't even pay no earnest money. So they ain't got nothing to lose. They were trying to get me to drop my price on the house. So they were able to just walk away. And see, that's another way I can tell if a person's serious or not. Now, this same house I'm talking to you, I'm selling to you, it was a guy, company, well, it was a guy working for a company. And, you know, I was telling him about the earnings. All right, you got to earn his money. He said, yeah, I got it. All right, so I should have known that was red flags. He lived in Shaw. So he told me that his tax expired. I'm telling myself, this is supposed to be a professional. And his tax done expired. So, but I drove all the way to Charlotte to pick him up anyway. Picked him up from Charlotte, took him to the house in Chester. I said, okay, here's the house. He looked at it, he was satisfied with it. I said, okay, now, you say you got the earnest money, right? He said, yeah. All right. So we had to go to a copier place to get the copies made. But anyway, to make a long story short, he didn't have the earnest money. And so that was my time wasted. Drove all the way to Charlotte, took him all the way to Chester. And he didn't have, he said his company don't pay Ernest money. I mean, why you tell me that then? So, yeah. So it's like Ernest money is a protection for people that aren't serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The problem with earnest money is I'm buying this property sight unseen, and I'm taking your word for it. And so,
but now, get this now. I'm sorry to interrupt. I apologize. But get this now. At me, if y'all look at the property and don't want it, then, take Ernest's money back. Because, you hadn't seen the property. I mean, I did try to be honest with the condition of property, but I won't be satisfied until you actually see it.
yeah, I mean, I hear you. The problem with
if you want to put that clause in the contract, that's fine.
so $2,000 earnest money, but after I do my inspection.
Right. How's that? That sound fair?
Yeah, we can do that.
Tell me if it don't sound fair, because I like to be a fair person.
Well, no, I appreciate that, because most of the time when sellers bring up earnest money, they're pretty unreasonable with it. It sounds like what you're trying to be fair, where it's like, hey, let's make the deal work, but you want to be protected and I want to be protected. I feel like this protects both of us. If I can go out there, I could do my walkthrough, I can do my inspection, what I need to do. And if I'm ready to proceed, we deposit $2,000 earnest money. If we're not, then we both walk away and you can go sell your property.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good to me. Like you say, I agree with you. It protects both of us.
All right. Earnest money of $2,000 will be deposited to title to create a legal and binding contract as required by law after the inspection and approval by the buyer. Does that work?
Yeah, that went pretty fast. I think it worked for it. Anyway, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Just to make sure the property is under your name, right? Not an entity.
The property is under my name. It's free and clear. No only lien against it is something like $2,000 tax lien. What do you call it? Property tax lien.
Yeah, that will be taken out from the proceeds at closing.
Right, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Do you have an email address?
Yeah. Yeah, you remember my name?
Yeah. All right. I've got this contract written up. I'm going to send it over to you right now so you can take a look at it. And yeah, why don't you take a look at this contract and then give me a call back if you have any questions. If not, you can go ahead and sign it right there. Okay.
Okay. All right. What's your name again? I'm terrible with names. I've talked to so many people on the phone.
My name is RJ Bates.
RJ, like EC, now we got RJ.
Yes, sir.
EATE. All right. Okay. I'll give you a call back, sir.
All right, EC. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, that's a good sign when it's the second dial, first conversation, we're sending a contract. I'm feeling pretty good. How you guys feeling?